How's it going, everybody? My name is Zeneis, and welcome back to Tibia. So, I do have to apologize at the beginning of this video simply because I forgot to hit record. I was on my way back from the druid who brewed the potion to cure the Duke, and then I was just like, I'll start recording while I'm walking, because no one really wants to see me walking and battling. You know, the thing I do in every single video? That thing! So I was like, I'll just do it later. And then somewhere along the way of me walking, I was like, oh, I'm already recording. And then it wasn't until I got to this castle that I realized that I was not recording. So, let me catch you guys up. Basically, we cured the Duke, and he was like, yada, 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 yada. We have to get the scepter, which has the ability to, I believe, reverse the effects of the demon portal or banish the demon portal. One of the two, I can't remember exactly what, but the cult of Helmaraz was aware of the power of the scepter, so they split it up into 3 separate parts and gave it to their top cult tutors, which is where we are on our way now. This is a cult tutor, this is what we're facing, but there are 3 in particular who are more powerful than any of the other cult tutors. So me and my good old buddy old pal Wolf are on our way to do so. So I remember there being a scepter. The last time I played through this game, the scepter was something that I not vividly, but I remember the concept of the scepter being there for Ashmore and being something that we had to fight our way to go get. I do have to say that the majority, like I constantly say over the course of these videos that I remember or I think or yada yada yada, I am remembering a time before when I played through this. All of those times were before this massive update that added directions and quest logs and things like that. Like I don't even think the graphics were all that great at the time. This was like, I don't know, 2010. It was a massive update. I remember whenever I downloaded it, back when you had to download the app specifically for your phone. Like, you had to go in and do research to figure out what type of download you should do in order for it to be compatible with a device that you had and all this stuff. And if you didn't know, or if the device that you had wasn't compatible with it, you had to figure out a way to root it or what. I don't know. All of that to say, the stuff that I remember was from way back in the day. So me saying, oh yes, the scepter in 3 parts, that is a thing that I remember. That is, like, that's 9+ years ago, is what I'm saying. So, don't take all of what I'm saying with a grain of salt. I don't know exactly what I'm doing. So, yeah. So, I double-checked today, before I started recording, whether or not... Oh, here's one of the first ones. Kalem, I think his name is. I can't exactly read it because my face is underneath it and I can't read it that well. Anyway, at Kalem, we beat him quite easily. Not really. It actually took most of my health and most of my mana away to actually beat him. So, that good on you guys for creating an amazing boss that literally pushes my skill. It was an awesome feeling. So, right now I'm not drinking coffee, what I normally have, because I normally do a lot of my recording in the morning. So, I'm normally drinking coffee and I'm trying to get myself awake, but right now I'm actually recording at in the nighttime. Technically it is morning, actually, now that I think about it. It is 12:39 a.m. Where I am right now recording this, as I'm currently sitting in my room with my lovely Chris Pratt. So, I guess technically it is morning, but right now I am drinking a lovely cup of chamomile tea. It's, if you don't know, chamomile is a fantastic way of relaxing your muscles. It calms you down and gets you ready for bed. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm getting myself ready for the bedtime. So it was around this area that I started to be a little bit shocked by the little white face that's by my wolf, meaning that he's like a level 2 wolf or whatever. Whenever you're, I think it's Libera, you first run into the level 2 wolves, which are called mean wolves. So basically, I guess that's what my pet is now. It's a mean wolf. That's what I should call it. Mean wolf, or something like that. I feel like that would be perfect. I don't know. I didn't realize that that's something that your pet could do. I didn't realize, like, of course it is a creature. It is something that would be just like a creature in the wild, but I didn't realize that you yourself could have a level 2 wolf. I didn't know that your pet could level up. That's something very interesting. So I saw Detective Pikachu today, and let me tell you, it is fan-freaking-tastic. I was going in a little bit skeptical because, I mean, a movie of Pokemon, I mean, we all saw how Sonic the Hedgehog, how that trailer turned out, so everyone's skeptical of that. And I was a little bit skeptical of Pokemon, Detective Pikachu as well. But honestly, it's a really decent film. I will say that Ryan Reynolds is basically the star of the whole thing. Like, just his acting and voice and characterizations just make it what it is, and I think it's fantastic. But they really did the Pokemon justice, because whenever you are playing through the games on your, okay, I have to admit, I never was a fan of the TV show. There were moments like when Ash was dead and Pikachu was like crying over his body and things like that. There were moments where I'm like, oh man, that just gets me right in the feels, man. But as far as the series itself, like, I was just like, I can play this on my Game Boy and have a much better time. And I know that that's probably an unpopular opinion. I am very different in my opinions. But the movie was really, really good and did the Pokemon justice. Like, whenever you are playing through the games and you see like a Gengar or a Gyarados or something like that, and you wonder, I wonder what that looks like in real life. The animations for this movie really show how it would be in real life, and it's an incredible experience. So the comedy of it is perfect. The fighting and animations are beautiful. So I would highly recommend Detective Pikachu. I don't know if it's just a regional thing, but when I went into the theater, I don't have them with me. When I went in and bought my ticket, I went by myself, by the way. The guy who rang me up and gave me my tickets, I was literally like the only one there. It was really, really nice. When the guy rang me up, he gave me a pack of Pokemon cards that, like, and it just had like 2 or 3 in it. But it was just so cool to be like, we're bringing this back, y'all. We're bringing this back, yeah. So it was just, I don't know, it was just a cool feeling. It was a really cool experience to see something that I grew up with on the big screen. It's probably the same with Star Wars too, because I grew up when episode 1, 2, and 3 were coming out. I remember my dad showing me 4, 5, and 6 right before episode 1 came out. And like, kind of basically told me, like, this is what they're supposed to be. This is what they should aspire to live up to. And for the most part, they did. Like I'm not gonna hate on them because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I can almost guarantee you I know more about Star Wars than George Lucas himself does. But I don't know. They're like, of course there are good favorites and, I don't know, favorites and least favorites and things like that, but I'm not gonna get into that because everyone has their opinions. So whatever. Anyway, this is the last boss that we have to face. Well, technically, it should be the last boss. I'll show you guys in a minute, but this is the final one. We finally get the, I think it's the top part of the scepter. I can't remember if that is it or not. Scepter, crown, yes it is. It is the top part of it. So I have the hilt, I have the middle section, and I have the crown. So now all we have to do is make our way back to the king. Oh no, he's not even a king. Duke. And then we will be on our way. This is me leveling up everything right now. I personally don't like the healing ability screen. I never found a point to it. And well, actually, I kind of do, in retrospect. I understand its uses. It's just, as a lower level who doesn't really need to run away, is someone who needs to fight as many monsters as I can so I can level up as much as possible. I don't see a need to run away, so I don't like using Scream. So the only reason I'm leveling it up is because in order to get past that level, in order to get past or get Healing Flux, is to do Scream. And Healing Flux is the ability that allows you to heal yourself and another nearby player. And that's, like, obviously I'm playing by myself right now. It doesn't really hold much benefit for me. However, if there's ever a point where I'm playing with other people or one of you guys decides to get the game and start out and join me in my quests, then I will be able to look out for you as well. I'll be mostly a support character, which originally when the wizards were developed, that's what their main purpose was. So this is what I'm talking about. The boss respawned, and so I pretty much had to refight it again in order to get out of here. So I fought him again, easy peasy, like no biggie, you know what I'm saying, bruh? Anyway, as I was saying before, I completely forgot what I was saying. Oh, if you guys... the wizards were intended to be a support character because they are able to do high amounts of damage and able to attack from a distance. And warriors are only able to attack when they are close up. So, obviously, they are the ones who are designed to take the damage, and wizards are the one who are designed to deal the damage. So, it's even more so now because... if you have the ability of Healing Flux, it will allow you the option of healing other players, and which is what we were intended to be. I included this part in here because I just wanted to show you how freaking overwhelmed I was. Like, it started out just being me and 2 others, and then it developed into, like, all of this crap, and it was like, I can't hang on anymore. So I just had to run and get out of there and hopefully survive. I literally thought this was my death. I literally thought I was just done for. So I don't know. It ended up being fine. I ended up being able to get out of there. I called my pet in, hid out right here for a minute, and then just finally dodged them until I could get back to the castle. So anytime you go out, make sure you're careful because it's very, very easy to get overwhelmed. All right. Excellent work, Zeneis. You have proven your valor once again. It will take some time to reunite the fragments. Meanwhile, you have to search for a special spell in the library. Yes, oh my gosh, the scepter alone won't be enough to seal the portals. We need to focus the holy power of the scepter on a single spot. Such a spell hasn't been spoken of in 100 years. The single phrase are spread to 3 different something. The Royal Library is located at the east wing of the castle. Go to the library and search for the something Gwar, the arcane something. And I apologize, guys. I don't have my glasses on, so I couldn't really I don't know. I couldn't really read. So I apologize for that. Again, I apologize for not getting the first part of this episode. I intended this episode to be a lot longer than what it was, but it ended up not working out. And I am recording my own voice this time, so that is a plus. So again, I'm on World 15. If you want to join me, I still don't think I'm too far along to help you guys out. I really don't mind equipping a smaller weapon that will do less damage and just being a support where I heal you every once in a while. That's something that I have come to terms with being as a wizard, and I would love to be able to do that for you guys if you want to join me. So, once again, World 15 if you want to do that, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.